Good evening, witches. Welcome to week 7 of the Beginner Witch series. We'll get started in just a moment. Okay. So, of course, you know, chakras have been around for thousands of years, studied. It's an Eastern religion based. It's based in Eastern religion. But what we're going to talk about tonight is the Western system of chakras, which recognizes that which says that there are 7 chakras, that they are lined up in the body, and it associates colors with them, starting at the base to the top of the head. In the Western system, each chakra is linked to an organ within the body, emotional, mental attitudes, physical health, disease, colors, sounds, psychic abilities, and many other things. Some of these associations are symbolic, and some of them are based on mathematical formulas, and others are personal opinions by well-regarded spiritual practitioners. Part of the aura, our aura is a much, chakras are part of a much larger human or oh my gosh, I can't talk. Okay, auras. Chakras are related to auras in that our aura is the light that surrounds us. You can think of this as, you know, to the unpracticed eye, you don't see it, but to the practiced eye, you can. It's the vibe you get from people. If you have ever had an aura reading at a spirit fest, I've had one, it'll show you the colors around you, and the colors are associated with different parts of the chakra. So, what I say here is, with practice, we can see auras. Unpracticed, we sense them. So if you've ever met somebody and you have a sense about them, like you connect with them, or you want to keep them at a distance, you're probably picking up on their aura and who they are, because these are, our aura really is our unseen and outward expression of who we are on an energetic level. Okay. They truly represent who we are, and the chakras are an important part of our auras because they connect our dense physical and lighter auric fields together. Working with chakras, you probably know this, they can positively impact your physical health, your mental health, your well-being, just your outlook on life. A little bit of history about chakras. They're part of a much larger philosophy about the composition of the universe and humanity's place in the spiritual universal hierarchy. The idea of chakras developed in ancient India as part of a larger philosophy and spiritual practice called Kundalini Yoga. I hope I'm saying that right. This grew in popularity at a time when established Hindu practices of heavy ritual and animal sacrifice lost favor among the masses, and people wanted to seek a more spiritual life. The wisdom and practices of Kundalini Yoga were passed orally from teacher to student for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Eventually, Eastern spiritual traditions made their way to the West, starting around the 19th century. There were several influential authors who shaped our views of what the chakras are today. One of those is Christopher Hills. He was a master of consciousness, and he wrote a book called Nuclear Evolution, Discovery of the Rainbow Body. This profoundly impacted the New Age movement, which, as you may know, was started in like the 70s and 80s. And also the other author that impacted, another author named Barbara Brennan, she introduced readers to the spinning vortices of the energy centers that connect us, in her book called Hands of Light, a guide to healing through the human energy field. Both Hill and Brennan approaches appear to have been influenced by the Theosophists. Theosophy was an occult movement that originated in the 19th century. In the 21st century, our views and continue to evolve as to why chakras, as the hows and whys of chakras. And as we enter the age of Aquarius, a period of harmony and enlightenment, chakras seem an ideally suited area of study and practice for a spiritual journey. So we're going to get right into, that's a little bit of history of chakras. So, and now we're going to talk about them individually, and I'll give you some information on each one of them. Each one has a sound. Each one is associated with a color. And like I said in the beginning, most of them are, except for the crown chakra, is associated with an organ and different parts of the body. So they rule these, or not rule, but they influence different parts of our body. So the first one is, and they're always, for whatever reason, they're always listed from the seventh chakra, which is the root chakra, to the first chakra. And this confused me. I took a Reiki class and I couldn't figure out why they started with 7 and went up. But then when you think about it, it's like the root is our foundation. It's the basis of everything. It supports all the rest, all the rest of our chakras and us. And then when we get to the crown, this is our highest level of spirituality and enlightenment. So when I thought about it in that sense, it made sense. So again, root chakra is located in the base of the spine, and it ranges in colors from red to maroon. The crystals, I said this class was about chakras and crystals, but really it's mostly about chakras. But I will tell you that the chakras associated with, and one that's easy to get, is carnelian or even jasper. Those are pretty easy to get and relatively inexpensive. This is the chakra that governs our security and our basic needs: food, shelter, safety. When in balance, it resonates security, stillness, and stability. When you feel safe in the world and all your basic needs for food, shelter, water, sleep, clothing, and material comfort are met. If you've ever been in a situation where your basic needs aren't met, such as an eviction or unemployment, I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound trite, I fear, and I hope it doesn't come across that way, especially to anybody who's experienced really loss of some basic, just our basic needs like housing or a job loss or an income loss or something like that. But you know, carrying a red crystal in your pocket, wearing red clothing, these bring balance to that, can bring balance to that chakra. And I say that with caution because I lived 10 years on welfare and raised 3 kids working 2 jobs without ever getting any child support. So I don't take lightly people's situations where they find themselves without job or just really, really struggling. So I hope what I say when I say carry a crystal or wear red, that's not going to solve your problems. But what it can do is help give you the strength until you can get to a better situation or improve your situation. And eventually, somehow, years and years later, I'm saying that for myself, you finally pull yourself out of it and get a real job and stop living on welfare. That's my personal experience, maybe TMI, but now you know a little bit about me. So anyway, this chakra's most influential force is gravity because it keeps us grounded. It holds your feet to the ground and makes you feel grounded, and it roots you in your present body on the planet. As I said in the beginning, each chakra has a sound, and this is called the seed mantra. It's a 1-syllable sound used in meditation or yoga. And for the root chakra, that's lam, L-A-M, lam. So if you can imagine meditating. This little book that I read, how for each of the chakras, it gave you meditation that you could do and say and things that you could do. I'm not including that here because it just would have been too much information, but I'm sure that you can find it if you need to find meditation specific to certain chakras. Another great resource is Joe Dispenza. If anybody knows who Joe Dispenza is, he's written several books that focus on meditations and really elevating yourself and just changing your life through meditation and what you think. The root chakra affirmation is I am grounded and present in my life. So if you need to write that for yourself, you can. It's just a simple sentence. And I will take a breath and a drink. Cleansing techniques. I see Devin, I guess I need to learn some cleansing techniques. Name for the word New Age. Okay. I wish I could read all the notes. I wish I could read all the comments, but I can't. So moving on. Sacral chakra. The seed mantra for sacral chakra is VAM, V-A-M. And the affirmation is, I feel pleasure to my core and allow myself to gain vital life force from it. It's located in, so this is your womb, the genitals. The color is orange. It governs pleasure, desire, sexuality, and procreation. And when in balance, gives you the ability to navigate change in your life. It resonates with pleasure, movement, emotions, sexuality, and nurturance. The urge to procreate and be close to a romantic partner is part of the sacral chakra. It's also your creative energy center. It's where you birth your ideas and manifest what you want to share with the world. It's associated with ovaries and testicles, which also produce hormones. And when it's not functioning properly, some of the dysfunctions can be impotence, low libido, infertility. Other parts of the body that the sacral chakra is associated with: uterus, genitals, kidneys, bladder, circulatory system, prostate. Uterine, bladder, and prostate trouble, as well as kidney illness, could be a sign of sacral chakra dysfunction. So, one of the best things you can do, there's meditations. A lot of what you do for clearing, activating your chakras have to do with meditations. You can also just lay on your bed with the different colors of stones that are associated with each of your chakras and place those crystals on the area where the chakra is and just let that crystal absorb that energy. To connect with your connecting with your sacral chakra is all about feeling. So we're talking about sex, but we're also talking about making ourselves feel good. And I'm not talking about sexually, I'm just talking about us feeling good. It's this chakra is also associated with water. So we combine those two elements together, we get a shower with a scrub that we can put on our skin and make ourselves feel good. We actually did a meetup called Stress Relief Spells and Rituals back in December. And so I gave you guys a link to this because in it, one of the things that we talked about was we showed you how to make a sugar scrub. And all you need for that is sugar, coconut oil, and a fragrance. You can either use oil or dried herbs. And Jayme made some, as we did this meetup, we actually made it on camera and showed you how to make it. And when I used it, it was really, really nice, really, really nice. So when you're doing that in the shower, it's all about sensing what you're feeling and connecting with your body and listening to it. So that's on our Seven Green Sisters YouTube channel if you want to check it out. It's really easy to do. Okay, so moving on. Hold on one second, I have somebody to admit. Okay, so next is our solar plexus chakras. Some of these to me, as I was reading these, seemed a lot more impactful in my own life anyway. And I think solar plexus chakra is for me anyway, personally, it really resonates with me because this chakra is about your personal power, your confidence, your assertiveness, and your will. And I have a really strong will, but I sometimes don't have a lot of confidence. So I feel like this is an area where I personally could use some work. So this one really spoke to me, if you will. This is the solar plexus chakra, creates your uniqueness and enables you to transform through your will and personal power. I can tell you guys, I have done that numerous times in my life where I've literally burned everything down to the ground and risen from that. And that's part of my Scorpio charm or lot in life. maybe that's another reason why this one really resonated with me. When in balance, this chakra emanates autonomy, self-esteem, confidence, and free will. It helps you be self-assured and independent. That's meant to facilitate your meeting of your own needs for validation and freedom. Combustion, though each of these has an influence, but combustion is the most influential force of the solar plexus chakra. Is that because it's the essence? That's, when you think about combustion, that's change, that's powerful. It's the essence of transformation and power, the flame of metamorphosis. It supplies your vim and vigor. So make sure that thing's clear and spinning. It powers you up and fuels your action in the world. More awareness of the solar plexus chakra helps confidence and makes you more conscious of your personal power. It also bolsters your connection with all of your other chakras. It's associated with the pancreas, so it controls blood sugar and insulin through insulin. And it's also associated with overall digestive system. The dysfunctions with out of balance, sacral chakra could be anything to do with your digestive system, but also hypoglycemia and type 1 diabetes, ulcers, and just digestive disorders. Another part of this chakra is that when there's an emotional and mental dysfunction, often this manifests in rage and anger. So you're somebody with a really short fuse. This could be because of this could be indicative of an overactive solar plexus chakra, and you may need to soothe it to bring it into balance. And if you're lacking confidence, like I admitted to, sometimes I don't feel super confident. You may need to balance it so you can feel more confident. That's indicative of an underactive chakra. Vigorous exercise and strength training can help balance this chakra. Also, being kind to yourself. One quick way to do this is to write down like 30 wonderful things about yourself and always treat yourself with kindness and respect. Another thing you can do is become aware of your negative self-talk or your inner critic and replace those thoughts with positive ones. Mantras and affirmations can really help here. The solar plexus chakra also affects your ability to push your creations out into the world and move them forward. Your will is centered here. The primary reason for this chakra to become blocked is repression of rage and anger. Find a way to express your anger in appropriate ways, such as journaling, meditation, therapy, and maintaining healthy boundaries. I just feel as women that we really all have that we have to deal with in our lives. I don't know. Maybe I'm generalizing. Solar plexus chakra affirmation. I am confident and I stand in my power. The crystals associated with this, again, this was one that spoke to me, so I did look up the crystals. They're shades of orange and peach, and I've got a list of them. Orange appetite. No, that's not right. I don't know how to say it. Avertine, carnelian, peach moonstone, fire opal. Okay. Heart chakra, another one that is close to my personal experience because of what it means. It's about love. It's located in the center of your chest and it's represented by bright emerald green. Pink is also, I always thought this should be pink or red because it's the heart, and that's what I think of when I think of a heart. But pink's also associated with this. The seed mantra, or the one syllable sound for this chakra, is YAM, Y-A-M. It rules love, breath, balance, relationships, and unity. It's all about love at the highest energy. It's all about the highest energies of love and compassion. When in balance, you feel loved, cared for, and you love yourself. The universal urge that we all have to feel loved and be loved originates with the heart chakra. Its most influential force is equilibrium, a state of balance and calmness. If you're connected with your heart chakra, you can give love and receive love more freely and develop greater levels of compassion for yourself and others, and feel more open and connected to the world around you. It's also associated with the thymus gland, and dysfunctions can involve lowered immunity. Other parts of the body associated with the heart chakra are the heart, lungs, hands, and arms. Imbalances may manifest in heart disease and asthma, and emotional dysfunctions in this chakra can include fear of not being loved enough and not being able to fully receive love from others. Giving and receiving unconditional love is one way to immerse yourself in love in a balanced and healthy way. Another great way to get unconditional love is through pets. If any of you have a cat or a dog, you know that petting your animal is just, I have a little dog, Tank. I love him so much. And anytime I'm feeling sad, he knows it and he's right there. So if you have pets, that's a good way to get and receive unconditional love. And spending time with kids, especially children. The natural state of the heart chakra is open and relaxed. And if it's closed, of course, it's going to affect the enjoyment in your life and potentially your health. Practicing gratitude is one good way to open your heart chakra and keep it in balance. Create a gratitude jar and write three things in your journal every day that you're grateful for. The heart chakra affirmation: I open my heart to the immense love in my life. I miss Jayme being here. We always interact with these things. So I hope it's not too dry. She would have so much to add to it. I hope she's sent some pictures from California. She's posing all over Hollywood and Beverly Hills and stuff like that at, famous landmarks. And her husband is treating her super bougie. They sent pictures of her, and his comment was, "These Hollywood starlets have nothing on my wife." And I was just like, that's so sweet. He really loves her, and they are going to be out there until Thursday celebrating her birthday. So thinking about her tonight and wishing she were here and missing her, my co-host. Okay, moving on to the throat chakra. Boy, oh boy, is this going to get us in trouble, because this is about speech and communication. And how many times have you let things come out of your mouth that you shouldn't have? I do it on a regular basis. I'm ashamed to say I'm working on that. I sometimes just have to bite my tongue. But this is located right behind the voice box, and its major associations are speech, communication, and creative expression, words that are coming out of our mouth and how we express ourselves. When it's clear and open, we can let things go easily. Pardon me. Especially our own past and choices, and express our views in a healthy way. Okay, let's see, where am I? The ether is associated with the ether associated with the throat chakra is akin to our astral body. It's believed that this etheric body leaves the body to dream. When the throat chakra is blocked, our personal expression is limited, and we are racked with guilt and shame over the past and fear for the future. I feel like this is such a common human experience, to live in the past and to feel guilty about things that have happened. When your throat chakra is blocked, you find it difficult to live in the present moment. The seed mantra, or one syllable sound for this chakra, is ham, but it's not pronounced like Ham the pig. It's pronounced hum, HAHMMM. However you say that. Repeating this mantra during meditation is believed to purify the heart chakra. The throat chakra. Sorry, I got that wrong. Handstands. Who can do a handstand? I personally cannot do a handstand, but handstands are supposed to be good for it. So is singing, something I can do and love to do. The endocrine gland is associated. The thyroid is the gland that's associated with this. So, of course, the things that might go awry or dysfunction might manifest themselves that are related to regulating body hormones, metabolism, and body temperature. hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. It's also linked to hearing in the ears and speech in the mouth due to its proximity. When the throat chakra is out of balance, stilted speech and emotional expression is dampened. Fear can be a major factor of both conditions. So facing one's fear is a good way to open the throat chakra. The throat chakra's affirmation: I express myself with ease and grace. So this color is blue. I think I said that early on. So the color associated with this chakra is blue, and there are a lot of different crystals that are blue. Anytime you wear crystals, like I'm wearing rose quartz, which is about love. So, and you'll notice it's also sits right at where my heart is. So it's helped me with my heart, opening my heart chakra. Blue colors, though, sodalite is a good, there's a blue sodalite that's easy to find, and you can find it almost anywhere. Okay. Now that we've gotten from spine to throat, now we get into third eye and crown. And when I was reading up on this, I noticed, of course, immediately that, when we get to here, now we're talking about our spiritual life. We really are, and enlightenment. So the third eye chakra here, and it rules spiritual awareness and awakening, and the color is indigo. It's about psychic abilities and energetic transformation of consciousness. This isn't one that, for me anyway, this is really about a spiritual path. It's not like I can sing or fix some problem in my life that's going to fix this. This is really about our spirituality. That's how I interpret this. The light is the third eye's driving force, both sunlight and the light of consciousness and illumination. The seed mantra for the third eye is Om or Om. So AUM or OM. It's associated with the pineal and pituitary glands. The pituitary glands regulate everything from muscle growth to bone mass to milk to water balance and milk production in breastfeeding mothers. The pineal gland controls sleep patterns and some sex hormones. Third eye chakra represents a part of ourself that manifests intention by being able to tune into our inner divine, our intuition. The third eye chakra, psychic abilities is the true hallmark of its activation. This is something that I did a spell on not too long ago, a couple of months ago with Jayme. I wanted to increase my psychic abilities. And so we did a spell for that. I think I have the psychic abilities. I just don't always trust that I do. I don't know if anybody can relate to that, but that's how it feels. Tank. Shh. We have visitors. Tank. Shh. Somebody's else. Sorry, guys. Tank Williams. Someone must be right outside my window. So sorry. He's letting me know. Thank you, sir. All right, where was I? Pituitary gland, bone mass. Third eye chakra represents a part of ourself. Oh, I said that. Psychic abilities. This is described as the union of opposites where pleasure and detachment live in perfect harmony. This paves the way for expression of the crown chakra, the ultimate expression of Kundalini, life energy, and consciousness. The third eye chakra affirmation is, my intuition guides me for my highest good. So I find this one a little tougher to either understand or to think about how I might open that. I don't know if you guys have thoughts on that, and I'd love to hear them if you do. I don't think I said this at the beginning of the meeting, but we will turn off the recording and then open the floor for questions or just discussion if you want afterward. And finally, crown chakra. So this one is, wow, reading this is really about letting your ego go and becoming as somebody who is really compassionate and just thinks about other people and not about themselves. And I think that for me in our society, that's a really tough way. It's something to aspire to. Let's put it that way. It's the absence of ego. That's what the crown chakra is. It's connected with inspiration and creativity. When it's activated, illumination is the key influential force. Its essence connects us to the divine. The affirmation for this chakra is, I easily connect with the universal life force. So each of the previous chakras corresponded to an endocrine system, which most contemporary practitioners agree with. Not so with the crown chakra. It's been linked to our entire system, but specifically the pineal and pituitary gland and hypothalamus region of the brain. There's also no seed mantra, so there's no sound for the crown chakra. Activities for opening include letting go of your ego, how we look, what we earn, our social status and the like, and then exhibiting the traits of deep compassion and concern for all living things. Excuse me. I think there are people literally right outside my front walkway there walking by, and he can hear everything they're talking about.
But I love dogs.
So anyway, so this one is like, this is our highest spiritual self, when we are really, we shed all of our human wants and desires, and we're just really on that other level where we really do. I think of Mother Teresa when I think of somebody with a truly, with a truly open and crown chakra. It's something to strive for, and it can be achieved. I do believe that. So I told you there's sounds, and in what I wrote for you tonight, those sounds are in there, each of those. And I also gave you a recommendation for a chakra cleansing set, which I bought from Amazon, of course. So it's called Dancing Bear, and I put a picture of it in there. I don't have my box with me, but I got these really nice. So here's, I'll just put this down here so you can see it a little bit. So I think you guys can see this. So I got the 7 crystals for the chakras that are associated with the chakras, and then selenite and palo santo, and then I also got a little bag of what do you call them when they're, these are rough, these are tumbled stones that you can like carry with you. I like this set. I thought it was really nice. It also comes with a little book for meditation, a little guidebook for meditation and stuff like that. So if you're looking for something and you're looking for a recommendation for a chakra clearing set, I recommend that. Okay, and the book. All right, so that's chakras in all its glory and crystals. Thank you for joining us tonight for week 7 of the Beginner Witch series. See you next week.